Hello. Hi Dominic, hi Jill, hi Boxy Paint, hi Carolyn. Let me know guys if you can hear and see. Yay. How is everyone today? Hi Susan. So, did I ask how is everyone today? Allergies are kicking my butt. I feel extra stupid. Doing well so far. Going to have to cut out early today to watch the Kentucky Derby. What is that? Is that with the horses? It's a big horse race in the US. Ooh. Alright, that should be good. Spring is over? Oh, yeah, it got a bit cold, right? Or is it like summer full on? Because I think there was a frost warning last night. Sorry, I'm all thumbs. That's okay. Meanwhile, down in Texas, we're 90 Fahrenheit. I think that's around 30 Celsius. Blech. Too hot. That sounds like the exact right thing to do, Box of Paint. Oh no. Are you staying for a long time at Box of Paint? It's been raining a lot though, so prepare for muggy weather. Blech. Muggy hot weather is possibly the worst combo. Otto! Hello! How are you? Hey, Ginger! Yay! I'm getting to go for about 14 days, and my sister already has the food stops. Nice. Of course, Ginger. Of course. Cats, right? Okay, I'm done with my munchies, so. Indeed, it's graduation time, so a few bits of party, but mostly just hang out and quiet time. Ooh, nice. I have my blanket and a hoodie, and she's mocking me from the other side of the cat. All right, so time for the weekly checkup. Who knew has joined the group of those who watch Our Flag Means Death. Let me know! I have a mini side mission to find the most artificially flavored cherry candy I can find. Oh my gosh. You gotta check on the side of the Jolly Rancher. Those are fake AF. Or Lifesavers. They really have that lovely cough syrup taste. Oh, I was asking if anyone else had watched it since last week. They released a soundtrack this week, so that was great, even if it's a very brief soundtrack of like 20 minutes. It's not the it's like the you know, the music from the show, not the celebrity songs that make an appearance in the show, if that sort of makes sense. Jolly Rancher and cherry Kool-Aid taste absolutely nothing of real cherries, but so yeah, exactly. It's HBO that has Our Flag Means Death. So in Canada you can get it through Crave. And I don't know what's the streaming service for HBO in the US, but HBO Plus, okay. We get weird things scattered over here at Hubs. Put on something and it had Hulu stamped on it, but we don't have Hulu. Sorry. I don't know why I find that so funny. I think it's because they are so annoying with, you know, the multiplication of streaming platforms and everything being split into different services. And then you go overseas and it's just like, there you go, have at it, have fun. At the moment it's a free watch-a-thon for Peacock. What? There's a few shows and movies that are available for free without a trial. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think we have anything like that here. P.S. I love that yellow background so much. Yeah, I made a few with like normal background. I have orange. Well, this one is shimmery, so made green and a blue one just to see how that works with as a background color. It's gonna be painted over, of course, but some of it will show through the overlayer. Hey, Erica, hi. Hello, hello. So I'm still keeping up with the Herd v. Depp trial, and last night I was sort of watching a stream from earlier, and not earlier that day, but like I had missed a couple of days of trial and I was catching up. And at the same time, like I realized that I had a kind of a little booklet that I printed around, and I was just leafing through it absentmindedly while listening to the trial, and it started cracking me up because it's a it's a watercolor like lesson booklet, and it's full of weird stuff, like some really nice tips in there, like not gonna lie about that. There are some really nice advice, but there's also some really stupid stuff, and I was just laughing my ass off highlighting the stupid stuff and being like, ha ha ha, I don't think that works that way. So yeah, that made me feel petty for a bit. It was funny. Oh my gosh, the soundtrack for Our Flag Means Death is way too short. That's just like 20 minutes. I need more. Oh man, PDS for me is just... Yeah, I was talking about it with Ginger yesterday, and it was really funny because she was struggling with the a different but similar situation, so that was funny. Let me grab it. So, like I said, disclaimer, there were some good advice in there too, so I'm not gonna completely shit on it, but the bad advice is just was so bad. Let me... Yeah, well, you guys remember it is the one with the stupid color wheel. Where like, basically like, these 4 colors are the same. Just, this one in there is more diluted, but it's basically all the same shit. Okay. That was the first crappy advice. About primary colors. The 3 pigment colors that cannot be mixed or formed by any combination of other colors. That's actually like a good description. But then the person goes on to say that red, blue, and yellow are those primary colors, and you guys know about that. You guys know what I think of that. Right? Yeah, bullshit. Okay, then another thing that cracked me up was this way of describing holding the brush that says if you point either, well, person is speaking about two brushes, but it says if you point either brush up towards the sky. And I don't know about you guys, but if I read that like that, when I point the brush, this is the tip. So if I point, it's this way, right? Like the tip will be towards the sky because that's what you sort of point with. I don't know. Yeah, you can mix red and blue. Like, these are not primary colors in that sense. So that was weird. And then to keep up with this weird thing, they mean like tip down, but the brush upright. And then it says the farther away you go from the sky / closer to the paper. And I was like, that's such a complex way to just say, like, you hold it perfectly upright and you tilt it, you know? Also, this one really cracked me up. The more paint you have on your brush, the more opaque the color will be, while more water will add transparency to lighten the color. It is true, but also transparent pigment exists, so you can load up a brush with as much phthalo green as you want. It's not going to be opaque. It's still going to be transparent. I wonder if the person says that because their list of color is a bit of a weird hodgepodge of colors. Like there's quite a few opaque, semi-opaque colors in there, semi-transparent, so maybe that's why they say that. There was chaos on our fronts. Jesus the pointy. I just have so many questions. Sitting in silence looking for a fork to stab someone with. I mean, it's just you don't really have to. I don't know why the person went with something so sort of descriptive but vague. Like no. So yeah, blah 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 blah. Was there other shit? Oh yeah. The person at some point says starting with a base hue and adding variation with shade and tone, but don't describe at all what shade and tone refer to. Shade is when you add black into it, and tone is it when you add gray? Do I have a color wheel nearby? Of course I have a color wheel nearby. Tone, color plus gray or colors complement. Anyway. So that was a thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this is a booklet for beginners and you say variation with tone and shade, but you don't really explain what it is. Oh, that was stupid. This is fine. This is fine. I'm actually dying. Let me just dramatically throw myself on the floor. Sorry. I think they're being very particular with wording for beginner. Yeah, fine, but that's not helpful. That's not like if you're an absolute beginner and someone tells you to point a brush up, you'll do this. She could have just said if you put it upright or perpendicular to your sheet, or you know, at least a word that if you don't know what it means, you can look it up in a dictionary rather than, you know, just being like, this guy, what? You can have an opaque transparent paint if you literally slathering. Yeah, but even then, it's gonna dry sort of transparent-ish, you know? I put so much matcha in this, it's so hardcore. Helping isn't helpful if it doesn't actually help. Well said. Okay, and then we have the glossary at the end, which provided a couple of gems that cracked me up too. Okay, bleed. The stronger... So this I'm not sure, but I put a note next to it because I'm like, is it really like that? Basically it says, the stronger, aka more vibrant or amount of pigment on brush, pigment typically bursts into the other. So like if you have a very diluted wash and then you paint with a very strong color next to it and you touch the two areas, the pigment one will bleed into the water. And I was like, I think that sounds okay, but what about those bully pigment? Like if your wash was Nicolazo yellow, would it bully into the other color? And that's why I put a note next to it, because I was like, I don't know. You're gonna be so wired. I am. That's okay, it's Saturday. I can be wired on Saturday. It's a whole bunch of words because, yeah, I can totally teach a thing. Then a supplies list isn't actually just a journal entry about it. Oh, yeah. Not if you paint with watercolor dots straight to the page. Also, what about core versus anything else? Yeah, I mean, I can't say if it's right or wrong, but it definitely is a kind of statement that requires more research. Then this next one. Cake/pans. Dried watercolor, usually more transparent than liquid. What? First of all, it's not liquid, it's wet. You know, it's not like, you won't be able to pour, unless you're using like specifically liquid watercolor, but it's more of a paste, isn't it? What if one color has oxgall and the other one? Yeah, exactly! That's why I was like, this is a bit too broad to be... Do you really want me to stop? I can stop. We can talk about something else. I'm sorry at all. Yeah, they're saying that dry paint is more transparent than from tubes, but no. No. It's the same stupid stuff. It's just that one is harder and dry and you need more time to re-wet it than the one that is straight from the tube. No, carry on. Okay, I got a couple of other really good ones. I think the next one is my favorite. So it's about paper. It says cold press. More toothy and rough watercolor paper that grabs pigment and holds it in place really well. That's what a binder does. That's the binder's job. I have some English word they should make. Hey, Paulo! The more transparent the pigment, the darker the pan, but that's not the same thing. Exactly! Exactly! Like, you can tell when a color is like, oh, this is purple and the pan looks black. You can tell that it's gonna be a transparent purple. Right? Same for phthalo green. The pen is so dark, you know that it's gonna be transparent. They're speaking in generalization. You literally do need a translator for this though. Yeah. It depends on the pigment, but I mean, it's generally not true. Like, it's gonna be weaker. It's not gonna be more transparent. Anyway, and then to follow up with the cold press nonsense, check out the hot press nonsense. Smoother paper, not ideal for watercolor painting, less toothiness to hold pigment in place, but still usable. And I had to pause there. I was like, oh, let me page my botanical artist friends. Oh, it's a, it's a guide for beginners. It's probably something that eventually you will either learn out of it or, but the thing, I mean, it's not, it's just that it's professionals who make these guides. And I'm like, how do you not know this stuff? That's the part that sort of messes with me. And like I said, there is other great advice. What are you reading? Sounds rough. Oh, it's a little booklet about like painting. It was on my desk, and I was leafing through it yesterday and saw that it had some very particular advice in there that cracked me up. And I started highlighting the good and the bad stuff. So yeah, I was like, okay, so hot press, which is paper made for watercolor, mind you, but it's not great for watercolor because it doesn't have any texture. And like, it's not the texture of the paper that holds the paint in place. It's one, the wet area on the paper, and two, the binder. Like, if the whole sheet is wet, the paint is gonna spread on cold press and on hot press. It doesn't, it's not. They're telling beginners to stick to, yeah, I know, but I mean, why not say that? And besides, you can use hot press if you want to paint this stuff. I mean, it's not. Like, if I had to write, say, a glossary, and I would had to put cold press, I would say just that it's a paper with more texture to it. And maybe that it's a bit more forgiving than hot press because the texture helps the paint and how it spreads out, And then hot press, I would say it's a great paper for illustration and things that require fine detail, but the paint doesn't behave exactly like it does on hot press on it, that kind of stuff. Not, oh, but it's not good for watercolor, because that's not true. I know quite a few people, not even botanical artists, that prefer to use hot press because you can get some really interesting textures on hot press. Even if the paper is smooth, like granulating stuff on hot press is really fun to use. I dropped the clip somewhere. Okay, wait, I have a couple of, I have a last one. It's not the worst, but it was a bit like, what the fuck? Liquid watercolor. Using globs of watercolor paint from tubes and palettes. This method gives you stronger pigment than a cake or tray would. I use these and dry them overnight to ensure I don't waste paint. And I'm just like, I know, I understand what you mean, but it's a weird way of saying it, if you know what I mean. Okay, good advice. Let's start over. Maybe they're marketing this to ignorant Ushidi. Yeah, I think this might be the case. I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to... I mean, I might just say it. They're a bestseller author of a book on florals. It's Jenna Rainey. So, good advice. Invest in supplies you love to work with that are good quality. Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Don't leave your brush in the water when working between different brushes. Leaving them tipped down in water will damage the hairs of the brush. Instead, lay your brushes flat on your paper towel. Good advice. Then a bit further on, it says, make sure you are relaxed and your wrist is warmed up. Move it in a clockwise and counterclockwise motion several times. It's the first time I see a document mentioning warming up before painting, which is a really good idea. I mean, you cannot have botanical artists paint on hot press and do what they do with watercolor and then tell me that hot press is not good for watercolor. It's just not, it just makes no sense, you know. Okay, what else? I don't know if there was anything particularly good that I highlighted. Yeah, the good advice is good. That's why I made a point of, you know, noting it, because I was like, this is great. I don't think there's anything else that I sort of wrote down. But I mean, most of it is just, it's okay. It's like, you know, basic and stuff. You would probably just be like, yeah, okay. And like the glossary is mostly okay. Like the only thing I have about the glossary is that this color is hard to read. Even for gouache, like a very opaque type of paint, very similar to watercolor, but much thicker and more dense. That's a fair description of gouache. Like I've seen cases where gouache was described in an abysmal way. You know, the good art supply companies are only selling hot press to dupe people. I used the Woodland palettes by Art Philosophy as a trial palette. Oh yeah, that one has lovely color. No. The color wheel is such a crime against color that. So yeah, I mean, most of the stuff in there is either very like standard or like a couple of good tips, but the weird stuff is so weird. Like that color wheel. The color wheel throws me. Every time I see it, I'm like, how did you paint that and not clock in the fact that like all these colors are the same? And how did you paint that and paint florals and don't realize that you can't mix pink with this? If you can't mix pink with a color wheel and then you claim your primary colors are colors you can't mix any other way and that they should give you like all the other colors, well, there's a problem here. Where is pink? Make a color wheel and make you guys cry. Oh, come on. Come on! Oh my god, I've been around that playlist twice already. Not good. Alright, I'm back. Whee! Ginger. Is it possible the faceting affected the colors? Well, yes and no. It's always possible, but still. This person says that the main color is red. And then they have like a lot of gradations between those, and as a result of starting with red, you really squish the amount of variance you can have in the, you know, red and nearby areas. Like if you have yellow, so you have orange, and then between orange and red you have, I don't know how, hold on, this is fucked up. Okay. That was the bottom of my mug. Woohoo! Oh, I'll get my water. Ugh. Okay, so I just want to... Okay, so this is red. This is blue. Now, which one is yellow? I guess this one is yellow. Right? Does that make sense? Then you have 1, 2... Yeah, this one is green. That's orange. That's... I don't know what that is. And then you sort of can't really have another in-between color because this is an even number of spaces. But I mean, if I had painted this color wheel and wanted to include it in a PDF, I would paint another one. I would bin this one. As the one says, please show me you can mix magenta, don't worry, I'll wait. Yep. Friends, make like your inner office printer, throw all this bullshit on the ground and scream, need magenta! So yeah, I don't... This is the part I feel that confuses me the most about this color wheel, is where everything is labeled. Like, it's... Blue is next to blue, fine. Red is near the red, okay. Yellow is in between two things, so you're like, okay. Green is near the green, so that's good. Violet is near violet, but that should be violet if it's the mix between blue and red. Like, violet should be in the middle here. And then you have like yellow-orange is sort of vague too between these two. Red-orange, same deal. Red-violet. Blue-violet, that one at least is a bit more precise. And blue-green, okay. Yellow-green, I mean, okay, fair, but... So, I mean, even if you wanted to paint one with red, blue, and yellow... Like, this one is weird. Purple looks magenta. Well, it's not, actually. Like, this is sort of a muted purple, and this looks like cadmium red deep. Okay, back to this one stuff. Like, if you want to use red, yellow, and blue as your primary color for your work, that's perfectly fine. But don't tell me that these colors can be mixed and that they are the most primary colors out there, because that's not true. And like, this person has opera rose on their selection of colors, so I'm like, so you're aware that magenta exists, you know? If the ceramic palette you and I both have run with the bumblebee, the palette 6 well around. Oh, the yeah, the ceramic one from Stephanie Primonla. That palette 6 was around one in the center, had with white question center for a long time. Yeah, that's good colors to have in there. The other one with the million wheels I used to mix. If peeps want to learn the wheel and learn to mix the wheel, it's a great... Yeah, exactly, I agree. I think the real key to tips are communities like this. I don't think I can remember a time when someone said, what about, and someone didn't have an answer, or just occurs to find... Yeah, and at least it can start a discussion, like someone says a thing and other people can be like, oh wait, I didn't get that kind of result when I tried. And like, since this community is nice, we can have discussions about this stuff. Fam, I've got some opinions. Yeah, I agree. What is there? Oh my gosh, what's that? That's some settling. There is weird brown powder on my color wheel. The fudge is that? Must have dropped some pigments in there at some point or something. Like cacao powder or whatnot. Wouldn't surprise me, you know? Yeah, there was some brown powder on my color wheel. I have two color wheels. One that is actually good. Okay. I make old person noises. I'm old. So I have this watercolor wheel one. But it also has red, yellow, and blue. And then I have this Mick one, which is my favorite. Because it has magenta! Magenta, yellow, and cyan. Whee! So you can mix red and blue and green. Whoa! It didn't seem like rust, and I didn't find where the rust would have come from. That was my first sort of theory, but like I removed all the staples and there is no other, like this thing in the middle is not rusty. Anyway, weird. Yeah, this community is friendly. I've seen other watercolor communities descend into pure name color. Really? My phone pinged. Okay. Some watercolorists are super elitist and I'm like, yo, chill. Yeah, I mean, really. Now I have green on my finger. Oh, it must be from this that I wiped my fingers on. It's kind of weird to find watercolorists who are super elitist, because if there is one medium that is always relegated to the level of being an amateur medium, it's watercolor. So you end up with someone who uses the amateur medium to be a hoity-toity person about it, which is kind of silly. I'm picky about my outlet palette because I'll only use paint I know can be reliable enough that 2 tubes will be the same. So, not dollar store paint. Some peeps accuse me of elitism. Really? Wow. Some people need another hobby. But they're legit the Winsor Newton florals versus peasants. And literally, Marie said they're putting on fire. Said the peasants. Oh, I love that. I want to be a peasant. Can I be a paint peasant, please? It's brilliant. Oh, I have update on the Ding parents. Ooh, they're coming back next week. Ugh. I'm taking her back from a couple that Ding is. Oh no, 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 no. No. No, Ding. By the way, have I loved these flowers you've been in? Oh, thank you so much. I love them too. They're sort of therapeutic to do, in a way. Because it's all about just trying to find nice assortment of colors, and I don't have to think, really. I just have fun with the colors, so... Also, they double up as Patreon rewards. Since I'm painting them anyway, I decided that they will be the Patreon rewards, so I don't have to stress out about finding something different to paint for Patreon. And I mean, I think they're nice, so I don't feel bad sending these off. Seriously, I get combative, which is why I'm mostly flying the wall in places, because I know it's just ugh. But why do you hang out over there? Why not just get rid of it? If I had an art server, I would call this Paint Peasants. Yeah, I know, it has a good ring to it. Oh no, Ding rang off right before you came. What a shame. You can wait around if you want, but we've got stuff to do. Bye now. Ding deserves the absolute best, and the Ding parents should be the Dang parents. Need to not interfere with Ding. Yeah, but they don't care. Ding is a male-friendly cat and doesn't... I thought Ding was a woman, was a female. Oh, male-friendly. Okay, so she likes guys and doesn't really like women. Okay, including her whole human mom. Not even me, but she loves this woman that is looking after her right now. Oh no! Ding is a female, doesn't like female. That's, I mean, it's not a nice thought, but it makes you wonder if she's like that because she had the human mom she did, you know. Where does that come from? Is there any way that Ding can remain with her current humans? It's just so not fair. Like, and she's elderly too, I think, right? She's not a young kitten. No, because oh, her parents have missed her so much and leaving everything behind to be... Yeah, right. Still, they shouldn't be allowed to have her back. I'm trying to limit my swearing, but it's hard right now. I think Bugs Paint's idea of like, oh no, she ran off. And they just like the change her color and color something else for a bit, you know, just to be like, oh no, this is not Ding. We missed Ding so much, we got another black cat. Ha 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 ha. After like a year and a half of swanning on a boat, thing is, newer, better parents. Yeah, I would refuse to return her. Yeah, I would try at least, or like, if I feel like I can't really be that strong, I would try to BS something about like, oh, she ran off. Ah, this is frustrating. Like, they can't even see what's good for the cat. You can't claim to care for a pet if you cannot figure out what is good for them. This is just messed up. It's ah. I'll go over there just to kick their ass. And CO2, of course. No, you don't get your cat that you abandoned for like 2 years back. Sorry, bucko, but that ship has sailed. Arr! So my friend had an older cat, but had to move across the country, and so found some friends to take the cat. But when he ended up back in the area, he left the cat living with them because he was their cat. Yeah! Oh my gosh, this is not rocket science. Oh god, I can imagine the drama they would kick off. They kicked up a huge fuss when someone looking after Ding. Oh. Like, forget to say thanks to the person and keep asking her the toys. It's a toy. I would face the fury. Like, fuck these people. Sorry for, pardon my French, but I draw the line at how people take care of their pets, you know. It's a toy, and I mean, it's not even a kid. You know how some kids have really particular tastes with toys, and some toys can be hard to replace, and if a kid has a specific toy that they like and a babysitter loses it, that might be a bit more like a situation to make a fuss about a bit more, but even then, you know. But a cat toy, pfft. Look at this receipt from vet visit where I'm listed as legal owner. Look at her being mine for over a year. I'm caring for her. You aren't sorry, but no. Like, in a way, this couple being allowed to kick up a fuss every time something doesn't go exactly their way just makes it so they will keep on kicking fusses up. Oh, it's just so aggravating. What a nightmare. And their sister-in-law had to go at them when she found out all they were gonna get this couple for looking after Ding for 6 months was a Hey, Firecloud, hi! Were they covering expenses? I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer will be no. That would be the first thing I would do, like refund the expenses of food and litter and, you know, that kind of stuff, and vet if need be. Oh, this is so nerving. Poor thing. I mean, poor kitty, she's finally found someone she likes enough to tolerate them. And there's stupid ass humans that she can't stand anyway are like, no, we want you back. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by, Jill. I hope you have a great time watching the derby. There is no better gift to give as thanks for that ownership, except for not giving it to them. They've had it this whole time. Just came back from a wedding. Ooh. Like, if they loved Ding that much, they would have found a way to bring her along with them on the stupid boat. I had only spent a few days with Emmy, and 2 years on, I'm still paying off getting her here, and it was worth every penny. Yeah. Like, they could have brought her along, you know, when they went to their boat. I don't remember where. Cats can live on boats. That's. Like, if I'm ever considering moving somewhere, the first thought on my mind is, how do we do with the cats? Like, how do we travel with them? How do you set up, like, moving with cats? That's the first thing on my mind. It's not the last one, and it's not about, like, having them be babysit, like, unless it's absolutely necessary. It's about bringing them with me. They're my responsibility. And if I were to leave them with someone here, I mean, I'm not saying it would be easy, but you know, you can't have everything easy all the time in life. That's not how that works. So we refused to take her, not because we don't care about Ding, but because they were like, you can take her, but can we get her back if we change our mind, as in take her forever? When I moved here, I regret having to leave my Boston Terrier, but he was very old. Yeah, I mean, that's a different situation. Like, old, you always gotta keep the welfare of the pet in mind. Not, can you sit her for X month until we know we are... You should have sank. Like, when I moved to Montreal, which is not too far from where I was before, I sadly couldn't bring my old cat along because he was very old, and it broke my heart, and I still live with the consequences of that every single day. But at least he had a place to stay. If he didn't have a place to stay, I would have done what I could to bring him with me. But he was my bestie and spoiled rotten to the end of his days. Yeah, you had a place to live. You have someone to live in with. Like, you stayed with family, right? That's the point. Like, it wasn't a case of, like, if I don't bring the dog along, he has nobody. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm not moving somewhere without my pets, or worst-case scenario, without setting them up in a situation where they will be pampered in my absence. Didi is currently getting better healthcare than I am. Oh, Ding didn't have a place to stay when they left. They had no one sorted. Their sister-in-law had to beg around. If anything, they lost any claim on Ding at that point. My little Boston was well trained. He would hide in my backpack to get all the places he wasn't allowed, but flying might have been hard. Yeah, especially with an elderly dog, you know. And it's a long flight. It's not like a couple of hours. It's at least, what, 8 hours more? Ten one way and 8 the other usually. Oof. That's a lot of time for a pet to be stuck in a, you know, in a carrier. Our cat is with my parents-in-law. He loved his home and lived there with his brother. We only have a small flat, and he's... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of goes back to the whole point of, first of all, making sure you consider the pet in your arrangements, and then figuring out what is best for them. Which seemingly Ding's parents completely didn't do. I don't know if there's any law over there that would say, like, since they have been caring for Ding for more than X time, or have been to the vet with Ding, and like, can Ding now be considered their pet, and so they can simply like flip the bird to Ding's former humans and be like, nope, go on your merry way. This cat you abandoned is no longer yours. Besides, I mean, Ding doesn't even like you. Like, make sure you twist the knife in the... I don't think so. Ah, bummer. I feel myself, oh my god, Ding hates her human mom. Like, hello, get the clue. It's sad. I understand being hurt that your pet hates you. But if you really cared about said pet, you would understand and find them a different home. Jesus. Oh, just give me a sec, guys. I'll mute the mic just for a couple of minutes. Right back. Okay, I'm back. Elevator music. Oh, I wish I had a soundboard that I could switch it to music. That would be hilarious. P.S. He would have lived with her, but she had an evil pack of chihuahuas. The human mom would get jealous because Ding actually sat on me. Oof. Honestly, I would look at consider lying and sitting. Ding passed away while they were gone. Yeah, exactly. I don't think she's male friendly. I think her mom is just a prick. I don't like all human women. I just don't like you. Oh my gosh, that's sort of both terrible and hilarious at the same time. I left the room and now my baby cries. Oh, you have a baby now. Well, congrats on the little spawn. Now, the moment they realized Ding didn't die, they'd be harassing her constantly. Yes, that's why I am no longer as active as I used to. Yeah, that's a good reason. I hope that went well. I hope your sleep patterns align and get the most restful. Oh, that's sweet. Nothing wrong with doing the tiny human. No, absolutely not. Oh, merci. Cold tea. Cold tea! I rarely cried as a baby, but made up for it by not being able to shut up the second I worked out words. I've been told I cried a lot as a baby and was very sensitive to be on the system. Aw. Yeah, nothing bad about that. I think my main baby quirk was to be extremely autonomous as a baby and like introverted already. My mom used to tell me that she could set up like a blanket with toys on it and put me in the middle of the blanket and I would stay within the blanket. Like I would do my things on my own and be like, fine. I was a very big baby and pretty much if I had food, I was quiet. And was allergic to breast milk. Oh no. So bottles were free flowing. That sounds awful though. Talk about the sort of most impractical allergy to have as a baby. With almost 13 bottles. Yikes! Wow! Yeah, you were a chunker. My brother was very autonomous as a baby. Could clasp his hand together right after. Wow. Dang. I was the second hairiest baby my husband had ever seen. We celebrated my spawning with a mohawk. That's hilarious. He was very attached to our mother though, so he would cry if she even left. Aww. Mine also had problems with breast milk at the beginning, but I switched from cow milk to goat milk. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that helped. Cool. I would cry a lot, but my mother realized it wasn't because I wanted cuddles like my brother. Rather, I would often want to be... It was for the other way around. You were like, no, I need to be alone. Wah, go away. It's hilarious a bit. So signs of my introversion showed at a very young age. Every baby is different, definitely. It's time to brush my baby's teeth. He hates it. Oh no! I'm not sure what kicked it up a notch, but hubby is super focused about having children. Oh really? I wonder what kicked it off, indeed. How do you feel about it? think we're at the age where we'd need to consider things carefully. But we'll have to find a way to help kids that aren't accepted at them. Aw. Yeah. You mean having more kids because you already have what, 3 for kids? They count, they count. At least a bit. None for babies. Yeah. I think it might be the new job. I'm looking at benefits and things. The company is really good about parental leave. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Which previously was iffy, so it looks more real now. Oh yeah, of course. Agenda. I finished the color and I'm ready to get crucified for it. No. I had a lot of pressure growing up from the dad side because I'm the last one. But they should have had more kids. Yeah, I mean, it's... Now I am curious. About what? My conclusion is I probably need a warmer red because the orange are a bit muted. Oh, what did you use for red in it? I'm not necessarily liking how the green is turning out in this one. I feel like there's too much of a contrast between the light green I got here and this darker green. Like it doesn't... It's not close enough in terms of value. But the great thing with this is that it's acrylic gouache, so I can sort of paint over it. Which is probably what will happen. Yeah, you really have to dilute this green to get it to look green. It looks kind of black. Pearl Scarlet. Pearl Scarlet. Really? You've got so many oranges in the garden right now, and Lana sent me a mini challenge to keep trying to draw them. So I'm gonna need to expand beyond the azalea fonts. Aww! That sounds amazing though. So much fun to have a real garden to take inspiration from. Alright, so if I'm sort of removing this one. Not you. Whatever. Nah. Alright. Oh, yellow Suffy is really, really nice in terms of yellows. So that's not a good fit. Yellow Sophie. Yeah, it's a Sennelier color. It's a really beautiful Sennelier color. Well, maybe this. I don't think the green works either. I think it's not. Let's switch all the colors at this point, right? Why not? No, I might keep that green. Alright, what else then? This bluish color. Not this one. Okay. Up. Oh, that sounds super cool, Box of Paint. Schnutz. Hey, welcome back, Otto. I'm trying out different colors for the greenery because I kind of don't like what my original selection did. And this is the beauty of acrylic gouache, you can sort of paint over it. To make really nice oranges, you can also keep a upper rose in your palette. Makes really nice, like, stupidly punchy, vibrant oranges when mixed with a good magenta. Not a good magenta, a good yellow, sorry. Not everything is burn your eyes out. Or, aw. Well, maybe not opera then. I feel like these colors work better than... I think the addition of a slightly bluer color works better. Emerald just helped herself to a big stack of fake... Fake ham, really? Oh, Amy. It's adorable. Like, it's funny because lately Scout's favorite thing has been canned pumpkin. Like she would kill someone for canned pumpkin, pretty sure. And it just like cracks me up because it's a veggie, it's not meat. You're supposed to be a tiny predator. What are you doing going nuts over pumpkin of all things? And she goes really, really like obsessed over it. It's hilarious. She was well pleased, but think it was meant to be a snack for hubby. Do you think she in the sense that she wanted to bring it to him, or it was meant to be a snack for hubby and Emerald was like, nope, snack for me. Num 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 num. But Emmy, it's not even real ham. You're not supposed to like that. Oh my god, we found cat food that bear won't eat. What? I decided to upgrade their wet food to match their kibble and both of them wouldn't go near it. What? What is it made of? Wow, that's weird. It's all meat stuff and one is pate and one is flake. They hated them both. And it wasn't just one flavor, they hated all of... Whoa! Wow, that's weird. Wow, why? Did it smell weird to your human nose? Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, wow. We found one canned food that they also really love, but obviously, I mean, the food itself is tuna and pumpkin, so already. And when you open the can, it looks like something I could put in a sandwich. Like it's actual chunk of tuna, not weird like recomposed meat. I've never seen Bear look more pissed off. It didn't smell bad at all. Even the fish was mad. What? That's so weird. Human, I am highly disappointed in you. Can't you smell how wrong this smells? Nope. The normal stuff reeks. When we needed to get Didi onto wet food, it was over 230. Really? Different foods over 6 months. Dex ate all of it except Meow Mix. Fuck Meow Mix. He'd eat maybe some, maybe, but nope. That's hilarious. So maybe that's the issue, but Annie is getting some pate. Yeah, my cats are similarly very food driven, so when they decide not to eat something, it's always very surprising. And the one time that has happened so far, it was when Pico was not feeling super great. And we went to the vet. I don't think we needed to. I think she just had like a stomach bug that would have gone away on its own. But anyway, and the vet had us buy Hill's canned food. And that's the only time I've seen a cat be like, no thanks. Like she ate it the first time. And when we went to give her like the rest of it, she sniffed it and went like, nah. And I mean, that says a lot because otherwise Pico will eat just about anything. They are not picky eaters. Like we have more issues trying to get them not to eat something than to get them to eat something. So the fact that she wouldn't go like towards the hills cemented in our mind that it's god awful food for pets. It looks gross and it smells disgusting. Not in, like the regular like pet food stink. Like it doesn't smell right even for cat food. We went down the list. We went from high quality down to awful and then had to restart it. Thank the baby Jesus we got her on Blue Buffalo. The brand I was hoping for, they already ate there. Oh, whew. Amy likes fish. She loves chicken, but don't try to put beef, duck, or turkey. Really? Oh, she's a little princess. Yeah, I don't think my cats would really like. Guard your pizza and nuggies though, and apparently corn ham. That's so funny. What's Emmy's origin story? In the sense that uh, was she adopted out as a kitten or as an adult cat? My dogs like to eat random shit in the yard, but are picky. Of course, right? Oh my gosh. I got her to cheaper cans, which was good. Last summer, the discontinued can. Oh no. I had to try another flavored can and she ate them. Ooh, Rockstar. And now she has suspected. Oh no, poor baby. The kiss of can and are all being donated to my sister. And the not discontinued super expensive pouches are apparently for forever. Oh no. She's having health stuff and I love her to bits, but dear lord, she's no longer a cheap date. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Ginger. That's always hard. Poor pet. So what affects her in the food she eats? We are so confused about Emmy. My mom got her and believed she was just older than a kitten. When she had the babies, the vet said she had many litters before. Whoa. So yeah, maybe that's why she will go for weird food items if she had to, you know, find food on her own. Which explains the taste in abandoned nuggies and pizza. Oh, I mean, Carl had good taste. Like chicken without fat is very, very meh. Oh. Suspected IBD. Oh no, IBD. Oh yeah, irritable bowel disease. Poor kitty. Now that Bear has filled out, there's no way you'd think she was older. She was all fat and no carbs. Oh man, no way. Carbs are amazing. I mean, maybe not if you're a dog or a cat, but if you're a human. So, I guess it's time to sort of end this stream, and I really think, I don't know if you guys can see well, but like this was my original color selection. I don't think it works as well as this one. I think the addition of slightly bluer colors complement the yellow like background color better. But yeah, these kind of look ugly until I'm completely done with the greenery around the flowers, especially the neon ones. They have a really long ugly stage, in my opinion. So I'll finish this eventually. I'm out of paint, so I might take a break before I pour some new one on my palette. But I will continue with these three colors, mostly these two, and a bit of this green. I think it works a lot better. Sorry. Oh, groceries, yay! Carbs, any form of carbs, seriously, right? Oh, my favorite carbs lately has been those, we can get purple skinned sweet potatoes at the nearby slightly weird grocery store, and they're so good. Oh man, they're the best. The only sort of flaw they have is that they oxidize a bit, so they get kind of gray brown a bit, but they taste so good. IBD is actually inflammatory, autoimmune, and notably meaner. Oh no. Poor kitty. My favorite carb is bucatini pasta. Bucatini, is it the shape? The painting looks like a wilted forest floor at the moment. Kinda, yeah. But I really like the brush I'm using for these. It's the one that came in the upgrade box. It's the Turner one. And it doesn't keep its point well, so I really like that, especially when it's loaded with paint and all like clogged up a bit. And it kind of dry brushes a bit, and I really like the look of it. And if it was a cell, it looks like a character. Oh yeah, here. Ha! Fair enough. Huh. To be honest, I've been really stressed lately and not much sounds good when I go to eat. Oh no. It's like a thick spaghetti but with a hole running through. Oh, whoa. That's what it is. That sounds amazing. Oh man, carbs are great. Alright guys, so thank you very much for being here today. There's a link in the chat to the Discord and in the description as well if you're not already part of the Discord. I feel like everybody in chat is already like active on the Discord or a member of it, but anyway. And thank you guys for hanging out today, hanging out with me and painting, and I have finals next week and I really oh, good luck with that, Jelly Bean. You can do it. And yeah, thanks everyone. I hope you have a nice weekend. Take it easy if you can. If it applies, and it's like I'm saying this with the disclaimer that it's perfectly fine to do nothing for it. But if you do something for Mother's Day, don't forget it's tomorrow. At least in Canada it is. So just a reminder for those who do something for it. And today is Free Comic Book Day. So that too. Alright guys, bye! See you next time.